The next one that I want to talk about is spasticity. It can cause pain. Aaron Boster here, and thanks for learning about MS with me. When I attended medical school, I was taught that MS didn't cause pain. Quite literally, my professor taught me that. And my professor was wrong. MS causes a tremendous amount of different kinds of pain. The next one that I want to talk about is spasticity. It can cause pain. Now, some of you know that I have a clinical interest in spasticity. I've done a lot of research in spasticity, published a lot of papers on spasticity, and I've treated a lot of people that have spasms and cramps in limbs that are hard to bend. I have particular clinical interest in intrathecal baclofen pumps, and I have videos on this channel about spasticity and about baclofen pumps. So if that's a topic that's interesting to you, you guys can check that out. Spasticity is a situation where the muscles are not communicating properly. So let me give you an example. Here I have my water, and I got my water held out here, and I want to bring the water to my face so I can drink it. In order for that to happen, two things had to occur. My massive bicep had to get shorter, had to contract, right? And my massive tricep had to relax. Because in order for this arm to move, both things had to happen. Contraction of one muscle, relaxation of the other. They're called antagonistic muscles. Now, when I was drinking water a second ago, I didn't say bicep contract, tricep relax. I just said water. And my brain and my spinal cord turned off my tricep and turned on my bicep. When you have damage to the brain and spinal cord from multiple sclerosis, sometimes the pathways that coordinate the bicep-tricep communication get messed up. So when you go to bring your arm like this, you're also doing that at the same time. And so you get a tug of war with your arm. And the result is one of three things: spasms, which is kind of like a bouncing, limbs that are hard to bend, literally it's hard to bend your elbow, and cramps, which is a painful contraction of the muscle belly. Such bad spasticity in both my calves. Ouch, so bad. I take baclofen for mine in physiotherapy sessions. Oh, cramps are awful. And a cramp is devastatingly painful. It will drop a man to the ground when his calf cramps up, when his quadricep or his hamstring cramps up, or those giant erector muscles on your back go into cramp and spasm, and it can drop you. Cramps. And spasticity is very common in MS. It's estimated that over 70% of people with MS experience spasticity, and maybe 30 or 40% have severe spasticity. And so there's a lot of treatments that go into treating spasticity. I mentioned oral baclofen. I mentioned Botox earlier. We use baclofen pumps when we need to. I used to walk like Frankenstein until I was put on baclofen. We want to treat spasticity because it is very limiting. It can cause limbs that are hard to bend, which makes it hard to walk and move and sit in your chair. It also can interfere with function in other ways, fine motor control, etc. It can cause pain, and that's the topic of this conversation, is pain. Let's talk about musculoskeletal pain. MS doesn't impact joints directly, but it can impact joints indirectly. And what I mean by this is, if MS causes a weak leg, then you're going to not walk evenly. You're going to be whopper-jawed or have a hitch in your giddy-up when you're walking. That is going to put strain and stress on your hip, knee, and ankle in a way that those joints were not created for. And over time, it can beat up on the joints, and it can cause joint pain and actually joint destruction. Similarly, if you have a weak leg, it changes how you move your muscles. And so you're going to be using your muscles in a way they weren't intended for, and that can cause musculoskeletal pain. So very frequently, we see someone that has a beat up knee or a beat up hip, and they have pain in various parts of their body, and it's musculoskeletal pain. And it's not coming directly from MS. It's coming from an indirect phenomenon because of the way MS has impacted their gait and the gait mechanics. If you are liking what we're doing, give it a thumbs up. So we're talking about one last type of pain, non-MS pain. So why am I talking about non-MS pain if I'm giving a lecture to you on MS? That's because people with MS are human beings. And sometimes nature's too generous. And you can have pain from MS and pain from not MS. And so we have to be able to think about the human being as a person, not just as a condition. And an example would be someone that has MS and diabetes, and they've developed a peripheral neuropathy where the nerves in their feet burn. And it's not caused by spinal cord damage from MS, it's caused by the diabetes. Other things can cause pain. And all too often, we might anticipate that pain is only coming from MS, when in reality, you can have pain from a multitude of causes. So I just want to call that out. Today's topic was pain and MS, because MS hurts. And a long time ago when I was in medical school and they told me MS didn't cause pain, they were wrong. Thank you so much for listening in. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. And if you're a subscriber, ring the notifications bell so that when I jump online to do a live stream, it alerts you and lets you know. My name is Boster, and I want to thank you so much for learning about MS with me. Take care and have an awesome weekend.